enter any room. LRAD absolute zero, harassment voices. 2. Rewinding inside HARRS house 24 hours. Hair's bedroom. LRAD voices attackers in red. Searchlight look into any room. 50 kilometers range. Projection, project face or any image. Absolute encoders, mind reader, can communicate by thought, all groups. They have 1 million people they hired around Australia to ASIO to come on Megaray. One group after the next ask over and over again the same thing. Q. Their child sex cases are classified. Q. Have to watch the ABC. Q. Their LRAD harassment is classified. Q. They're going to cook for you. Q. They're going censor Hair's work. Q. Say who Har is going to be with them. Q. Where's our pay? Har has to pay us. Q. Where's Hair's money? Q. Where was Har from Michelle Pogmore? Q. Their ASIO. Q. They're immune. Q. Full harassment. Q. Their national security. Q. They don't get a look into ASIO. Q. Their LRAD is classified. Q. Their child sex cases are classified. Q. The gangs are moving into your house. Q. Who do you do your police work with? Q. Har blonde lady wanking is classified. Q. Their work is classified. Q. Who are your people? Q. You have to watch the ABC. Q. Gangs going to cook for you? Q. They're going to censor your police work. Q. We're confiscating everything. Q. Over. Q. What's down there? When they look at something. Q. The gangs are going to be with them. Q. Where's Hair's pay? Police has to pay Har. Q. Where's the police budget money? Q. Where was the senior cops from Michelle Pogmore? Q. Your pay is everybody's. Q. Where's your work? Q. We did that work. We're going to charge you. Q. That's their police work. Q. Everybody is the police. Q. You have to divide your pay. Q. We want 50%. Q. You're growing marijuana. Q. Where did you go? When they come back from somewhere. Q. Here's the police. Q. Everybody is immune. Q. That's too much money pay. Q. Full harassment. Q. Crap. Q. Delete that. Q. You have to divide it. Q. Everybody is national security. Q. The LRAD is secret. Q. Is the police just for one person? Q. Can we put the cops and TV people? ABC child wanking in the police database? Q. They don't get a look into the police. They should get a start. Try them out. Q. Everybody is doing the police work as well. Q. We tell you everything, that's how you know. Q. You have to pay for it. Q. Everybody's cases is classified. Q. Their child sex cases are for everyone to do. Q. They have to pay everyone that solved Daniel Moore comp $2 million. Q. They have to pay everyone that solved Michelle Pogmore $2 million. Q. They have to pay everyone that solved William Tyrell $2 million. Update. July 21st, 2024, 12:30 p.m. Shut the FCK up, pigs inside my house. Again, everybody ring the cops and tell them to go the operations center and turn shit off. Inside mental health patients' houses. Shut the FCK up, pig. Again. Haha, you all have AIDS from the KUNABC update. Update. 16:01 p.m. October 9th, 2024. Chris Willis. Maisons nutcases and ASIO and police. They go on about so much shit inside my house. Gangs. Doing my work as well. What to say? Intrusive. All these things are happening. They're going to be telling ASIO what to do. They're ASIO. They want money. I have to give them 1/2 my money. Q. So they ask what they're getting. That I have to pay them. And this is happening, and the gangs. And what gang is it? Then I'm going to jail. And where I'm going. What I'm going to do after this. And people are moving into my house. The SAS. Then this group is they're going to kill me. The cops are going to kill me. That I don't do work properly. That they're going to be on my team. Over and over again. Then over and over again. Then over and over again. Then cops say they're going to arrest me. And what gang is it? Then I'm not ASIO anymore. And they're charging me. As per FBI Michelle Pogmore crime scene investigation June 4th, 2021. Video 11. By Hargunatilaka ADCP. Link. https. YouTube 9R3IFNL4S30.
LRAD is a long-range acoustic hailing devices. They provide the user with an ability to transmit their voice down to an extended distance. What makes them different in the marketplace is that rather than just being projected straight out like a bullhorn, it rifles it, kind of focuses it down, and they're very good at being clear, intelligible voice, so you can hear very well exactly what the person is saying.
This is a test of the long-range acoustic device, LRAD. The LRAD can be used to hail and notify at great distances. using live or pre-recorded sounds or voice messages.
It's optimized for human voice, so you can pre-record messages that you want to transmit to people, whether it be in a disaster area, whether it be just crowd control, or in an event where you want to tell people what to do and where to go and how to respond. There are a variety of different devices that we have. The white one next to me will send the sound out in a 360-degree arc. The other two further to my left are more directional in nature. They'll produce the sound will go out anywhere from 50 to 2,000 meters out, and in a cone about 30-degree arcs. It's an improvement to a bullhorn. The bullhorn is kind of like a shotgun, whereas this device is more of a rifle shot. It's used by the warfighter in both Afghanistan and Iraq to communicate with the local people that may be coming up onto a U.S. vehicle. They can use it and focus it at them and talk to them with the bullhorns and the noise that's going around them. It's very difficult for them to hear. It's also been integrated onto helicopters, and you can hear it over the prop wash, so you can speak down from it. Fire departments and police departments have it as well. The Coast Guard uses it, the Navy. They're on cruise ships for them to be able to talk to people on shore.
File 910 PDF. Size 408 kilobytes. Caption 5. Global Threats LRAD Police Operations Center. Contested, congested, detect, exploit, deny, disrupt. Mi6 Board, SAS, ASIO Board, charged with child devil worship, baby sex. FBI, ASIO, Zara LRAD. Fake Mi5, Australian Police. State Federal, British Home Affairs, Australian Home Affairs. ABC, October 31st, 2024, at 2:30 p.m. Joint Worldwide Cloud Capability, Outgoing Message Channel Photo Updated. Global Threats LRAD Police Operations Center, Contested, congested, detect, exploit, deny, disrupt. Mi6 Board, SAS, ASIO Board, charged with child devil worship, baby sex. FBI, ASIO, Zara LRAD. Fake Mi5, Australian Police. State Federal, British Home Affairs, Australian Home Affairs. ABC. Rewinding inside HARRS house 24 hours. Harrs bedroom. LRAD voices attackers in red. Searchlight look into any room. 50 kilometers range. Projection, project face or any image. Absolute encoders. Mind reader. Can communicate by thought. All groups. They have 1 million people they hired around Australia to come on Megaray. One group after the next ask over and over again the same thing. Q. Their child sex cases are classified. Q. Have to watch the ABC. Q. Their LRAD harassment is classified. Q. They're going to cook for you. Q. They're going censor Harrs work. Q. Say who Har is going to be with them. Q. Where's our pay? Har has to pay us. Q. Where's Harrs money? Q. Where was Har from Michelle Pogmore? Q. Their ASIO. Q. They're immune. Q. Full harassment. Q. Their national security. Q. They don't get a look into ASIO. Q. Their LRAD is classified. Q. Their child sex cases are classified. Q. The gangs are moving into your house. Q. Who do you do your police work with? Q. Har blonde lady wanking is classified. Q. Their work is classified. Q. Who are your people? Q. You have to watch the ABC. Q. Gangs going to cook for you? Q. They're going to censor your police work. Q. We're confiscating everything. Q. Over. Q. What's down there? When they look at something. Q. The gangs are going to be with them. Q. Where's Harrs pay? Police has to pay Har. Q. Where's the police budget money? Q. Where was the senior cops from Michelle Pogmore? Q. Your pay is everybody's. Q. Where's your work? Q. We did that work. We're going to charge you. Q. That's their police work. Q. Everybody is the police. Q. You have to divide your pay. Q. We want 50%. Q. You're growing marijuana. Q. Where did you go? When they come back from somewhere. Q. Here's the police. Q. Everybody is immune. Q. That's too much money pay. Q. Full harassment. Harrs gardening and ASIO agricultural analysis, outgoing message 4 photos. Q. Crap. Q. Delete that. Q. You have to divide it. Q. Everybody is national security. Q. The LRAD is secret. Q is the police just for one person? Q, can we put the cops and TV people, ABC child wanking in the police database? Q, they don't get a look into the police. They should get a start. Try them out. Q, everybody is doing the police work as well. Q, we tell you everything, that's how you know. Q, you have to pay for it. Q, everybody's cases is classified. Q, their child sex cases are for everyone to do. Q, they have to pay everyone that solved Daniel Moore comp $2 million. Q, they have to pay everyone that solved Michelle Pogmore $2 million. Q, they have to pay everyone that solved William Tyrell $2 million. Update, July 21st, 2024, 12:30 p.m. Shut the FCK up, pigs inside my house. Again, everybody ring the cops and tell them to go to the police operations center and turn the shit off. Inside mental health patients' houses. Shut the FCK up, pig. Again. Haha, you all have AIDS from the KUNABC update. 16:01 p.m. October 9th, 2024. Chris Willis. Maze owns nutcases and ASIO and police. They go on about so much shit inside my house. Gangs, doing my work as well. What to say? Intrusive. All these things are happening. They're going to be telling ASIO what to do. They're ASIO. They want money. I have to give them 1/2 my money. Q. So they ask what they're getting. That I have to pay them. And this is happening, and the gangs. And what gang is it? Then I'm going to jail. And where I'm going, what I'm going to do after this, and people are moving into my house, the SAS, then this group is they're going to kill me, the cops are going to kill me, that I don't do work properly, that they're going to be on my team, over and over again, then over and over again, then over and over again, then cops say they're going to arrest me, and what gang is it? Then I'm not ASIO anymore, and they're charging me. Note, ASIO opens P1 child birthday party concrete block murder cases. ASIO advised Mi6 Board, SAS, ASIO Board, charged with child devil worship, baby sex. FBI, ASIO, Zara LRAD fake Mi5, Australian Police State Federal, British Home Affairs, Australian Home Affairs. ABC cops charged with stalking, perpetual harassment and terrorism. Update, 21, April 22nd, 2024. Herbert's pigs talking about getting praised said they want to be praised. They really praise you, pig. Someone ring shit and tell them no one is ever going to call the police for anything shit. Don't think Herbert's cops will be praised. QC tape of Herbert sticking his dick into 4-year-old William Tyrell. Update, 18:50 p.m. April 22nd, 2024. Herbert's pigs f***ed my whole day today. Wasted all my time. We're going to go and kill these pigs over the next few days and take the rest to LA. Telegram, message from, Telegram login code, not joint worldwide cloud capability, outgoing message channel photo, penitentiary, skin bogan pig shit, harassed me all morning, we went there and hammered the pig's brains out, and put them in a body bag. Shut the FCK up, pig, you're not getting any money. FCKI in hell, the amount of shit they talk about inside my house, and they're ASIO and I am not ASIO, then the same shit over and over again. Hey pig, we're here now, with your plane ticket to LA prison, and your body bag. Shut the FCK up, pigs. We hammered and killed 38 pigs threatening US, while we're working, while they're stealing and asking for my pay. Hey pig, shut the FCK up, pig. Then Matt Shervington Chanel 7, comes on, after being harassed the whole day by the pigs. Matt Shervington, says HES ASIO, and I am not ASIO, and doing my online browsing and shopping with ME, and Chanel 7 Pettis. They all FCKEDA baby to join the clan. We're going to murder these Chanel 7 FCKERS, comma, saying they're ASIO, and I am not ASIO, and they're dividing my pay. First, I sent gangs to murder Chanel 7 people's family. We're murdering this Shervington's fucker wife or bitches he's sent to the morgue. So you killed your bitch Shervington. They found her body in another state, the same day, and your mom's missing and dad's on life support. Did you kill your whole family, Shervington? Where were you, Shervington, when your family got killed? Holy shit, I think Shervington killed his whole family. Ha 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 ha. Update, 16 p.m., April 22nd, 2024. All Harrs doctors and medicos since 2004 charged with accessory to murder Michelle Pogmore and police plus 300 kids on their birthday, by saying Har wasn't the ASIO investigator, when he was investigating tirelessly, to stop the investigation, discounting the ASIO evidence as way of mental insanity, when the police instructing them were her murderers, continuing liberal and secret police false testimony that Har was guilty, by subverting HAR, when in fact it was chemical restrained, without a level of care, deceptive conduct behind his back, where systems and processes of mental health programs are subverted or norms of society reversed as failing to providing assistance into harassment, deliberate medication contradiction killing and poison and chemical restraint in police Megar's government schizophrenic program for rap music and behavior to doctors conspiracy of wanting his ASIO job in a takeover ASIO deal with the police, where the doctors would never release ASIO, and poison contradiction ASIO officers to coma and death when given a separate medication, for each one of the 1,000 activities Herbert's Raiders police do to LRAD victims each fortnight. Then doctors diagnose it as psychiatric symptoms, medicos fielding Herbert's cops' holographic images, and LRAD voices, then saying they're mental, detained by mental health professional in medical fraud programs, for police providing costed services, such as cleaning, lawn, or care worker, whilst incapacitated on contradiction chemical restraint to police wanting and then subsequent loss of their career job, house, motor vehicle or business and police wanting TV music and movie royalties $6 billion ASIO advise Herbert neighborhood police work with mental health to put her locked in mental health and Herbert's bogan steal HARRS house set up and frame. All charged with child murder 35 years mandatory sentence Australia mental health Indian doctors put Charlie's Mutton on depot schizophrenic medication when she told them she was being abused. Mental doctors receive death penalty from ICAC. News them up. Hares gardening and ASIO agricultural analysis. Outgoing message for photos. ASIO advise all Hares neighbors charged with doing police work in the backyard. ASIO advise all Hares neighbors charged with doing police work in the backyard. Police Michelle Pogmore backyard idiotic case stuff. Terrorism related charges. Police ring them. ASIO advise all Hares neighbors and mental health charged with doing police work in the backyard. Police Michelle Pogmore backyard idiotic case stuff CO ordinated with mental health to put her into mental health. Terrorism related charges. Deliberately making someone mental 30 years prison. Police ring them. ASIO advise all Hares neighbors and mental health charged with doing police work in the backyard. Police Michelle Pogmore backyard idiotic case stuff CO. Ordinated with mental health to put her into mental health. Terrorism related charges. Deliberately making someone mental. CO ordinating into mental health 30 years prison. Police ring them. HARRS neighbors charged with accessory rape murder of Charlie's Mutton and 300 murders on kids' birthdays. Herbert's Raiders cops continuously raping Charlie's Mutton tapes available from operations. News them up ASIO opens P1 child birthday party concrete block murders. I come back to nothing after director Hargunatilaka ADCP finished his undercover ASIO assignment. All the cops and associates together with ministers charged with accessory to 300 child murders on the kids' birthdays. No exemptions. 35 years prison. ASIO advised Jason Herbert cops charged with stalking, perpetual harassment and terrorism. Louisa Hells Angels prostitute pedophile cops citing sexual behaviors in young children. What's normal? What's not? The FBI alleged behavior citing means a confirmed direct observation by one or more Louisa Hells Angels prostitute pedophile cops in suburbs or country settings. They state they were at a young carefree male's place when they were in fact at White Power Stormfront residences. A minor child who has been taken into state custody and placed with a state-licensed adult, typically more than chance observations. Stealing Hair signals Daniel Moore combi male work for financial gain. 300 child murders on kids' birthdays. Cops were kids' legal guardians and foster parents. LRAD coordinated terrorism authoring LRAD harassment sponsoring terrorism. Murdering federal police child murder investigators harassing child murder investigators with LRAD into mental health. Terrorism stealing FBI and ASIO work for financial gain. Child sex and baby sex. 06 months. Schizoid ABC News National terrorism double meaning schizoid talk on every TV and radio, media in the world. Telegram, message from, Telegram login code, joint worldwide cloud capability, outgoing message channel photo. All ministers are authorizing terrorism, authorizing the LRAD on victims about money, FCK if you're not getting any money, ruin my dinner, applied for an AVO, they can't contact me, or stalk me, or monitor me online. 8. Police ABC Home Affairs fake ASIO Megaray interactive LRAD training Har has an AVO. They're not to put LRAD voices inside my house, out the front house, both side houses, and back house and say they do HARRS work as well or continuously ask for money. ASIO allege they plan to display the Director General of Australian National Security at their training facility, in order to frequently ask questions, provide links and task aid for any questions or problems by Megaray Interactive Training to further state the claim for US military dollars, and the Director General of Australian National Security works with them. ASIO allege their appeal is by Megaray Interactive directly to the Director General of Australian National Security, where they review their claim harassment, conduct hearings. ASIO direct the Board of National Security to apprehend them. Update, 2:20 a.m., April 10, 2024. Coup cops charged with wanking in babies' mouths, child sex, child rape inside Hornsby Police Station, turning every Australian police station into a pedophile centre, ruining a govt institution, police, ruining the Commonwealth law court process systems, corruption to steal people's wealth, corruption to steal people's children for sale in prostitution, sex to pedophiles from police station, child prostitution, murdering 300 kids on birthdays. Set up frame 3,000 families that solved Daniel Morecambe blue car was Judge Meager. 3,000 families framed for own child sex, remove children then given to pedophiles, stealing property value $300 billion. LRAD set up to stealing 300,000 houses. Must be returned. Update, 13:42 p.m. ASIO advised the KU cops at the Wallsend Baptist Homeless Center set up Director Har for methamphetamines, with their informer. The coup stated he saw me, so he was there. So was it him, plus at all police people waiting for Har's arrest. Indians, Sri Lankan SECT, the Indians Sri Lankan S said I lose it all, Q harassed and you get my assets, and you're wanking in kids' mouths and baby sex. Stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, email account, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, ASIO Daniel Morecambe work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP. 5,000 homicide plus Australia's biggest child murder cases plus ASIO email case work, Michelle Pogmore case work, William Tyrrell case work, Shiley Palmer case work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, Defense Infrastructure CIA National Security Systems Engineering work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, ASIO National Security Systems Engineering JWCC work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, $billion housing list. Joint worldwide cloud capability, outgoing message, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, international towers 1, 2, 3 value greater $6 billion, life sentence 30 years prison LA penitentiary. ASIO ask what happened to Michelle Pogmore set up. Har wants 6 months, or 14-year sentence. ASIO want all the cops stuff confiscated for terrorism. Update, 1:30 p.m., April 9, 2024. Senior NSW Police, ABCN ministers charged with setting up to stealing Director Har Gunitilaka Pay Award, terrorism, LRAD, harassment, ABC national security fraud, framing for Al-Qaeda, framing for child murder as another identity, threatening and harassing and terrorizing. ASIO voices inside Har's residence 24 hours, simulated home invasion, senior police pretending to be ASIO, saying Director Har is mental and not an ASIO, pretending to be CIA. Stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, email account, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, ASIO Daniel Morecambe work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, 5,000 homicide plus Australia's biggest child murder cases plus ASIO email case work, Michelle Pogmore case work, William Tyrrell case work, Shiley Palmer case work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, Defense Infrastructure CIA National Security Systems Engineering work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, ASIO National Security Systems Engineering JWCC work, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, $billion housing list, stealing Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP, international towers 1, 2, 3 value greater $6 billion, life sentence 30 years prison LA penitentiary. Update, ASIO advised politician Christopher Payne arrested for changing Defense Signals Directorate to Australian Signals Directorate and putting himself and cops into Signals, creating the most useless Australian cybersecurity centre, LED by Raiders COP Joel Fitzgibbon, NFI, to steal the Defense Signals Daniel Morecambe work. 30 years in U.S. prison. Christopher Payne is not the head of ASD Signals Directorate, neither was Burgess. Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP was the head of DSD Signals. Update, 12 p.m., April 9, 2024. ASIO advise now it's become some Crips or gang bullcrap in HARRS, a gang with some bullcrap set up by the FBI, Christopher Wray and Blacktown Police, Senior NSW Police. We'll see what today's setup is. This happens every day while the thieving pigs try to steal everything. Update, 11:50, April 9, 2024. ASIO advise we can't do our investigation. The pigs are there doing it. Q. WHO the FCK the pigs are to do our ASIO job. Then the pigs say we're mental and steal our work, job and pay, and abolish HARRS ASIO work. Joint Worldwide Cloud Capability, Outgoing Message Channel 3, LRAD Mental Health Homeless ASIO Investigation Update, 9:30 a.m., April 9, 2024. Tried to go for a jog again. I couldn't go for jog. I started jogging around my yard. They stopped my jogging by using the LRAD on me. They said they don't want me to do that work, because they want to do it. Police and mental health charged with terrorism and stuffing hares exercise, ruining ASIO operations, stealing ASIO email and work, stealing ASIO pay. Now the cops stuff Director Har all day on the LRAD. Voices in-house, voices out the front house, voices in the backyard, voices in both side houses into mental health, ambulance and fire waiting to do insurgency supporting the LRAD simulation update, 8:30 a.m., April 9, 2024. The police stuffed my exercise. I couldn't go for jog. I started jogging around my yard. They stopped my jogging by using the LRAD on me, and said they don't want me to do that work, because they want to do it. Police and mental charged with terrorism and stuffing hares exercise, ruining ASIO operations, stealing ASIO email and work, stealing ASIO pay. Now the cops stuff Director Har all day on the LRAD. Voices in-house, voices out the front house, voices in the backyard, voices in both side houses into mental health, ambulance and fire waiting to do insurgency supporting the LRAD simulation update, 8:10 a.m., April 9, 2024. The police and mental health set on the LRAD to look for a job. They want a chance at doing enterprise spy work. Police and mental health charged with stealing ASIO pay. Can't go for a bike ride. Active shooter sniper. Cops charged with terrorism update, 8 a.m., April 9, 2024. The police said on the LRAD they do my work as well, and they're charging me. Police and mental charged with fraud, stealing Director's Har's pay and investments, saying Director Har Gunitilaka ADCP is mental to wanting his job, pay and investment. Order the judge to put all Herbert's people straight to prison. ASIO advise all the politicians and police did was murder anyone that said it was meager. Mar. Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon in the world, murdered including all the musicians, all of ASIO and anyone that solves a case. ASIO made the rap music and all the other music and they killed them. The pigs and liberals just want to know who was watching them wanking in the kids' mouths again. Note, only military intelligence government advice, U.S. signals, wherever authorized to perform the Australian national security work. U.S. signals, military intelligence government advice, together with the FBI are currently concluding research, development, tests and evaluations, including testing in the field with providing police leads and information to the federal government, at a cost of $6 million per day to the government and therefore the taxpayers. The FBI Ledge, Part 1, Louisa, Elsa, Duncan Lewis Police Integrity Commission Group and SAS, PIC Security, Ben Roberts and David Irvine, Mafia corrupting activities until they commit suicide and degrading the police as per page 756, conducted an information and data attack on government institutions, conducted area denial programs, where all details and facts are reputed and stilled subterfuge programs, using subversive means and government subversion programs where the values of society are reversed or undermined. ASIO are required to transmit reliable information that will be acted on by all areas of government service, U.S. signals, military intelligence government advice, information operation has been successful thus far. ASIO advises Louisa, Elsa, Duncan Lewis Police Integrity Commission Group and SAS PIC Security, Ben Roberts and David Irvine just brought anyone in that said it was Megaray group that was responsible for the murder and moved them into Australian politicians moved into schizophrenic programs. Australian politicians LRAD driven outhouse, homeless program. Australian politicians removed and replaced, employment or work programs. Note, Australian National Security Government Investigation Work ASIO findings as per page 228. ASIO found the government investigation work centered around poor leadership and disregard for risk management and mission planning standards by those directly involved in arresting the ASIO investigator director Hargunatilaka ADCP. They had enough time to review everything. They had ample time to notify everyone. They kept facts and details hidden. They didn't notify that they were involved. It's their daily Megaray LRAD harassment routine. They recruited and trained Megaray LRAD harassment teams. Director Hargunatilaka ADCP US Signals work highlights the importance of proper leadership and adherence to law. Q. The FBI asked did they get them in? They let them off. Q. The FBI asked what did they do to mitigate similar occurrences? ASIO advised the Australian People Trust Director ADCP and the ASIO Board of Directors. ASIO advised there's an obligation for those in office to examine their personal and professional conduct. ASIO advised ASIO successfully executed all mission plans. ASIO work was conducted with integrity, accountability, initiative and toughness. ASIO advised unclassified notes have been posted online for comment and feedback. Note, Brethren and Freemasons are as follows: Mike Burgess, David Irvine Home Affairs, Peter Dutton ASIO, 4 Brethren and Freemasons ADF Fiona Reynolds ADF, 4 Brethren and Freemasons ASIO State Offices. Offices open police and politicians 4 Brethren and Freemasons State and Federal Law Enforcement, 4 Brethren and Freemasons Local Politicians, State Politicians and Federal Politicians, 4 Brethren and Freemasons Separate. To form part of Burgess ASIO training currently, Mike Burgess will be ringing all case leads to local police, state police, federal police, local, state, federal politicians and government agencies for Shiley Palmer Ku Klux Klan Australian National Security Case Burgess to check if lead is correct first. Note, ASIO reporting findings on Facebook as per page 232 plus find as per link, https://1drvmisfs. Rfax with 3DQPN5GN4 VHRASTQZQPQ. The FBI asked didn't Megaray write the letter on the wall I watched you, I loved you? This what they do to ASIO, they just waste our time, arrest us, kill us, steal our pay. ASIO made the rap music spastics. ASIO advised planes ready LA Penitentiary, threatening ASIO whilst in execution of duty. LRADCO ordinated terrorism, stealing HARRS pay sum award, set up and frame Har for murder, loss of Australian citizenship 30-year sentence. Investigators need to be safe. Retaliation towards the investigators won't be tolerated. ASIO advised loss of Australian citizenship to overseas prison. Retaliation include demotion, removal, a tax killer, kill the doctor's family or wheelchair. Mental health. Q. Do Aussies want a new house? Apply as a victim. Use services available. The Liberals stuffed everyone. Get their houses. Apply as a victim. They have been charged. Get the Victims' Compensation Fund. Note, victims are encouraged to keep telling their unique story. Retaliation towards the investigators won't be tolerated. Retaliation include demotion, removal, attacks. ASIO directs services to provide feedback for what they're going through. I direct everyone to implement the following recommendations. Note, victims become survivors. We cannot allow the survivors to become victims again. Encourage victims to discuss R. Robert Boda, Robert Meagher and the Liberal Party, tell their unique story, describe what happened, what were the mistakes made, who they are, identify and name them, describe what had occurred. Q. What did they do to their victims in each case? Q. Was there any religious scriptures they referred to? For example, Jesus saved you. Harris Gardening and ASIO Agricultural Analysis. Out. I direct everyone to use the following: government services available, victims legal counsel, advocacy groups, social media, news, current affairs. Note, victims are encouraged to keep telling their unique story. I direct ASIO to promote some people affected, future relationships with allies and new partners. The right mix of people positions correct timing. Seize this opportunity. Engaged, experienced and forward-thinking. For the perpetrators, they are to provide feedback on what they're going through. Relationships, legal, financial, emotional, withdrawn from a social setting. Q. How did they teach you to deal with these issues? A. The process is not legislated. They weren't trained to deal with it. Note, they may be at-risk individuals and they are to use the services available. Herbert Cops all ordered straight into prison, charged with surveillance, following, showing up, spying, using technology to keep tabs on the victim. Life invasion, repeated unwanted contact in person or by phone, text, email, card note, message, third party, and social media. Intimidation, implicit and explicit threats, third party threats, forced confrontations, property damage, and threatened suicide, interference, disruption of the victim's life professionally and socially, as well as psychical and sexual attack connections, the perpetrator showing up unexpectedly at places the victim goes, or incidents that suggest the perpetrator might be following or tracking the victim, indications that the perpetrator is using technology, such as spyware, to monitor, harass, intimidate, sabotage, or stalk the victim. ASIO investigation. LRAD voices mental health, outgoing message, repeated coincidental incidents, such as vandalism to the victim's car or property, other crimes that often intersect with stalking, protective order violations, partner abuse, property damage, threats, especially those that suggest a disregard of consequences, such as arrest, jail, physical harm, victim resistance, telling the stalker he wants no contact, changing phones, residence, workplace, locks, social groups, altering life to prevent contact, stalker persistence, repeated attempts by the perpetrator to contact the victim after the victim has directly or indirectly indicated he does not want to be contacted, and harassed, fear, heightened fear on the part of the victim for self and others, even though he might not have been physically assaulted or explicitly threatened, impact on life, disruptions to the victim's personal, professional, financial, social, and/or academic life and relationships. Plains Ready Pig. LA penitentiary cops just sit there, they don't do any work whatsoever and just sit there stuffing people with LRAD voices. The house or job goes to shit, they scavenge IT. Also say they're mental, everyone will share mental health. ASIO advise aged care so Herbert cops to get money, authorized by Morrison. So LRAD aged care programs on elderly Australians, so cops and politicians to steal all their cars, belongings and houses when they stuff them with the LRAD inside their homes. From the Police Operations Center. Politicians aged care, Australia, weak and ineffective, government cost cutting slammed in damning aged care report. As per page 831, human trafficking leadership stand down to address extremism in the force, ex-police, and politicians. Aged care, Australia. ASIO direct operations to apprehend the Herberts cops look for a process by which the values and principles of a system in place are contradicted or reversed, in an attempt to transform the established social order and its structures of power, authority, hierarchy, and social norms, and for committing acts of falsely portraying itself as a member of the police, for the purpose of deception in order to assert police-like authority in order to commit crimes. As per ASIO Daily Intelligence Brief P1, page 101 plus find link, https://1drv.ms/f/s! Arfax W3DQPN5MKBJV6_BLSBNQUK9. The FBI allege on February 5, 2021, the Secretary of Defense directed unit commanders and supervisors at all levels to conduct a leadership stand-down within 60 days to address the issues of extremist ideology in our ranks, ex-police, and politicians. Aged care, Australia. Joint Worldwide Cloud Capability, outgoing message. The FBI alleged duty to reject. Service members and DoD civilian employees must reject participation in such activities. With regard to service members, department policy makes clear that commanders have the authority to employ the full range of administrative and disciplinary actions, including involuntary separation, dismissal, or even appropriate criminal prosecution against those who actively engage in such activity. Supervisors and leaders of all ranks must also take action to maintain good order and discipline and root out extremism. The FBI allege duty to self-report. All military personnel or civilians contractors with a security clearance or in sensitive positions, as a condition of continued eligibility, must self-report any personal arrests or any behaviors from counterparts that are either criminal in nature or call into question their character and trustworthiness to continue serving in such a position. The FBI allege personal arrests or any behaviors from counterparts that are either criminal in nature include Jason Herbert and Scott Morrison home care packages to support older Australians, Megaray Sonic Device LRAD Remote Control Elderly, RC Huawei Sonic Unit LRAD Remote Control Elderly, RC Chemical Restraint, Antipsychotic Medication Coercive Control. As per page 668, loss, theft of retirement funds and investments, loss, theft of residential property, loss, theft of personal goods, allocation of public funds to provide for Megaray LRAD STAR RC teams, human trafficking, servitude, slavery, forced labor, debt, bondage, forced marriage, or organ harvesting, potential injury or actual death. As per page 761, link, https://1drv.ms/b/s !r-fax W3DQPN5NWL5FIEM01SJA9MK Law enforcement. The cops can talk to anyone with it banned sonic weapons. Chinese intelligence Huawei sonic unit and Megaray sonic device LRAD used by Australian law enforcement uniformed services Australian malicious cyber activity groups. Authorised by all Australian politicians, Liberals, Greens and Labor. ABC Police Operations Centre LRAD systems are a type of acoustic hailing device, AD, used to send messages over long distances. LRAD systems produce much higher sound levels, volume than normal loudspeakers or megaphones. Over shorter distances, LRAD signals are loud enough to cause pain in the ears of people in their path. LRADs can transmit speech and acoustic information over long distances, up to 50 kilometers or more. While the benefits of LRADs as a tool for critical communication are clear, their weaponized use as crowd control is undeniably hazardous. LRADs can cause pain integrated with surveillance applications, integrated with malicious cyber software applications, integrated with inter-area denial programs producing acute care mental health outcomes. Joint worldwide cloud capability. Outgoing message increasingly used by criminal groups to harass 24 hours, intimidate, robbery and murder helpless victims in their homes, used to cause domestic violence and murder, used to cause terrorism, used by pedophile rings to stalk and procure children. Royal Family and FBI Main 1, Australian law enforcement, uniformed services Australian malicious cyber activity groups, live inside people's houses, human trafficking. Police Megaray and Huawei Sonic Unit LRAD use added to My Health Record www.myhealthrecord.gov.au. Police Megaray and Huawei Sonic Unit LRAD communication recordings and transcripts applied to state and federal courts Australia. Q. Everyone asks what their problem is. They want money update? Q. The cops said they didn't like it. ASIO reply. HARRADCP is being robbed, so they did all these things because you didn't like it. Ministers and cops. Megaray LRAD Director HARRADCP. While HARRADCP works quietly inside his bedroom, extreme scenarios LRAD simulations from the Police Operations Centre. Al-Qaeda pay demands, robbery 50%, mental illness, harassment, pretending to be ASIO, pretending to be the royal family, pretending to be the FBI, taking HARRADCP DoD contract and his removal, removing from agencies and behavior complaints. Main 1. Royal Family UR ministers harassing HARRADCP, murder cases and police work. They saw HARRADCP with William Tyrrell, theft, ECT, Michelle Pogmore, Daniel Morecambe, with Kids Next Door, ECT. Main 1 Federal Police Child Protection Unit UR threats to kill HARRADCP. Police are after HARRADCP. Police are going to raid, drug busts of HARRADCP. Copying ASIO supporting the simulation. Insurgency. The police LRAD people phone them. Main 1, FBI UR emergency services, fire, ambulance, police following, waiting or arriving, people walking past or arriving and saying child cases or following to the shopping center. Stalking. Main 1, FBI UR police seeing HARRADCP purchases and removal from stock. Product tampering, 15 years prison. Training supporting simulations. Liberal Party, mental health, arriving. Medication compliance, community treatment order, CTO, sleeper cells in shopping, trained waiting to do a child case, or ask for money now. Sleeper cells, mental health, trained waiting to do a child case, or ask for money. Sleeper cells, laying in wait. Tony Barnespick, U-turn, people driving to house and doing a U-turn. Pretend security, police go to neighbors' houses and talk about the child case, use neighbors to say things. Contact family and say things, saying their ASIO and HARRADCP isn't coordinating terrorism. Police and ministers LRAD phone them up or LRAD them to coordinate terrorism. Main 1 ASIO, Mi5, Mi6, CIA, War on Terror. This is what Australia did in the Iraq War. Emergency, police, fire, ambulance, family, mental health, insurgency, people following Al-Qaeda, Islamists, neighbors, sleeper cells. Megaray LRAD stalking kids and murder victims. Main 1, Royal Family UR. ASIO advise police banned from carrying firearms acting as members of a criminal consortium. 15 years mandatory sentence threatening ASIO officers whilst in execution of duties. Constable Jason Herbert. Unlawful discharging of a firearm. Possession of firearms by police now prohibited. 15 years prison. Anti-terrorism control orders in Australia and the United Kingdom issued to police. 28. Magical crystal ball. From ancient times with a crystal ball, 1836 to 1908 CE. Look or observe anyone, talk to anyone. Holographic images in projection. Mind reader. Crystal ball. The Dowager Empress to acquire must have sex with a baby. From 1. The Breeders. Devil worshippers. Girls cleaning unit. Maisons property group. Drug raiders group. Or murder someone. They talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Update. Fake Mi6 Zara people charged with closed loop, getting the cops on the LRAD to harass her, then pretending to do the work. Fraud trying to get money. Again, pigs charged with harassing her in the shopping center with the LRAD. Crazy. The pigs and fake Mi6 need mental health, but idiotic stuff they talk about. Update. We need to apply to apprehend the police operations center. These Megaray LRAD people. They talk about every single crime inside people's houses while the crime is happening, from shoplifting to murder. Then they swap everything and something becomes else. Schizophrenia, me direct operations to apprehend the world leaders for procuring children for prostitution, baby sex, fraud pretending to do Ku Klux Klan white power concrete block national security operations, Megaray LRAD coordinated terrorism, and murdering investigators for financial gain. Director Hargunatilaka ADCP. Music, movies, entertainment royalties plus $6 billion, stating the music isn't him, and her isn't me, and mental. Hargunatilaka ADCP, Cryptology Information Warfare Director General U.S. Military Intelligence, 2017 TIA present FBI Federal Bureau of Investigation Director General Megaphone Sonic Weapon Worldwide, 2017 TIA present, Washington. District of Columbia Naval Special Warfare Command Director General of Operations Southeast Asia, 2017 TIA present, Coronado, California. NSA, National Security Agency Director, General Southeast Asia, 2018 TIA present, Central Intelligence Agency Director General Southeast Asia, 2016 TIA present, Sydney, Australia. SIS, Mi6 Director General of Operations, London, United Kingdom.
1. Warning: extreme danger. Signals. Only U.S. Signals National Security Agency authorized to conduct signals intelligence activities in the Joint Warfighting Cloud Capability (JWCC) contract. No other persons or parties not permitted by law. Facebook. Search Facebook. 2. Police ABC Home Affairs Fake ASIO Megaray Interactive RAD Training. How has an AVO, they're not to put RAD voices inside my house, out the front house, both side houses, and back house, and say they do has work as well or continuously ask for money. ASIO allege they plan to display the Director General of Australian National Security at their training facility, in order to frequently ask questions, provide links and task aid for any questions or problems by Megaray Interactive. ASIO allege their appeal is by Megaray Interactive, directly to the Director General of Australian National Security, where they no photo description available. ASIO allege their appeal is by Megaray Interactive, directly to the Director General of Australian National Security, where they harassment. Review their claim. No photo description available. Only U.S. Signals National Security Agency authorized to conduct signals intelligence activities in the Joint Warfighting Cloud Capability, JWCC contract. No other persons or parties not permitted by law. No photo description available. ASIO alleged they planned to display the Director General of Australian National Security at their training facility, in order to frequently ask questions, provide links and task aid for any questions or problems by Megaray Interactive.